HOA Karen's audacity reached new heights when she towed my pickup, claiming my diesel truck was illegal. Apparently, she thought that her HOA rulebook could override state laws, federal emission standards, and the simple fact that it was my truck on my property. What she didn't realize was that this stunt would backfire spectacularly and cost her HOA $10,000 in wrongful towing fees. It started early one morning. I had parked my trusty diesel pickup near the barn after a long day checking fences and feeding livestock. A neighbor's security camera captured Karen driving the HOA tow truck onto my property, clipboard in hand, ready to enforce her self-declared laws. She muttered to herself, "Finally, they'll see that community rules matter." By the time she hooked up my pickup, I was already watching from the porch. I grabbed my phone and called the sheriff, explaining that Karen was attempting to tow my legally registered vehicle from private property. Meanwhile, the truck emitted a distressed honk as the tow truck pulled it a few feet. Karen's victory dance was tragically short-lived. I arrived moments later, the sheriff in tow. Karen spun around, eyes wide, pointing at the clipboard as if it held magical authority. "This truck violates community standards," she declared, completely oblivious to reality. The sheriff shook his head. "Ma'am, this is private property. That truck is perfectly legal. You're attempting a wrongful tow." Karen sputtered, trying to argue, but the sheriff ignored her, noting the damage she had caused and taking photographs for the report. I calmly demanded that she release my truck immediately. Sheepishly, she complied, but not before muttering about rules and rights. The aftermath was even sweeter. I filed a claim for wrongful towing, citing trespassing, harassment, and property interference. Within days, the HOA was forced to pay $10,000 in damages. Karen's smug confidence evaporated, replaced by furious muttering and desperate attempts to explain the situation to neighbors. Meanwhile, my pickup, now fully returned to its rightful place, gleamed in the morning sun. I added extra wheel locks and installed new security cameras around the barn, ensuring that no future Karen-related incidents would be possible. By sunset, the ranch returned to its usual calm. The cows grazed peacefully, the dogs patrolled lazily, and Karen had learned, yet again, that her HOA handbook had no power over law, property, or common sense. The lesson was clear. Never attempt to enforce imaginary rules on private property, especially when the owner knows the law, has law enforcement on speed dial, and isn't afraid to fight back. My ranch, my vehicles, and my peace remained untouchable.